Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome back to Tom Zero AD Live. Now, this is going to be the first game in a best of five series between, in the south here, Thankful Pie, and in the north, it's going to be Stockfish. Now, as I said, it is best of five, it's a Ptolemaic civil war, and we're just going to follow this, and we'll see who manages to get to three first, which is how best of five works. So let's quickly sort of have a look into how they're all going about their beginnings. Well, you can see that Stockfish has a bit of an advantage here. He's, well, not necessarily advantage, we've not really looked at the other side yet, but he has got extra stone and little bits of extra metal and little bits of extra stone, which is pretty good. And Thankful Pie has just extra stone, or that he's aware of. He does have these two things of metal, which have now just gone out of sight, but they will be very useful. Ptolemy's use a lot of mercenaries, so extra metal is particularly important. So having two in your immediate vision, as Stockfish does, is really, really helpful. He's also got another two over here. Three, sorry, bloody hell. So and what's this? And some additional stone. He is overloaded, so Stockfish has come up with a brilliant map draw for him that is more metal than you can shake a stick at. In terms of what he's ordered early on, let's have a quick look. He's got 6 extra skirmishers, but other than that, he has just produced women, so another 6 women, 6 skirmishers, giving him 26. And Thankful Pie down here has, just need to grab this one as well. Oh, where are we? Has managed to get more women, but is in a very similar kind of position. They're also approaching things quite differently. Thankful Pie here has just got these 3 women building houses one at a time, while he's got bigger groups just getting enough houses going early on. Now it looks like this is something that he does. These women are currently idle, but I think he's probably going to get them to build a field. He is. He does do early fields. He's got another set of 5 women here. This is very early. We're only 2.5 minutes in, and he's already laid down 2 fields. But he's got the 5 women there doing that. He didn't get any food upgrades, and at the moment his scouting is minimal. He's just going towards Stockfish's base now, and Stockfish has seen a little bit more of the map, but you'll see that Stockfish is using 4 people here to build a house, which is similar to the approach that I use. I try and get 3, but then if I can, I like to do kind of what Thankful Pie is doing. The only issue with that is that you might find that there goes points where you are getting housed because you're not able to quickly produce houses in the same way. I think it is marginally more efficient to do them one at a time, but well, let's just wait and see how it works out for each of the players. So look, we can see that from the ratings, well, they're not actually there, so don't know what their ratings are, but I'm pretty sure that Stockfish is more highly rated because he is a one of the sort of top tier players, and Thankful Pie is actually someone that's been playing for a similar amount of time to me, but he is very, very and just to explain for those people that don't know, because why would you know how long I've been playing? That's a bit of a non-comment really. That's about 18 months probably. But what Thankful Pie done, he's progressed very, very quickly, and it's through getting a very clear kind of plan. He used to play as the Seleucids, and he followed exactly the same kind of process in every game. He always played mainland, he always played with the autumn biome, which we have here, and that meant that he knew he was going to get a decent amount of trees, and he knew there wouldn't be any water or anything that would cause any need for him to deviate from his kind of expected plan. And yeah, that meant that he got everything down to the T. So he was like down to exactly when he would build each building. He knew when that was in terms of exactly by minute X I need to have built this, by minute Y I need to have built this, and what have you. So that, if you can find the time to work out exactly how long it takes to do X, Y, and Z, then it's a good thing to do. What you shouldn't do though is leave people like these women idle for any length of time. And equally, you should always be producing from all of your buildings. So at the moment, Stockfish isn't producing anyone from this. From his civic centre. Now he started, he was just waiting for a little bit more food. The other good thing, or very interesting thing about the Ptolemies is because their skirmishers, which we will see here, have used 25 metal as well as 25 food, you don't need to get food in the same volumes as you do if you're one of the other factions. What you do need to do though is start mining a lot more quickly. Most factions you wouldn't mine until phase 2. Here with Ptolemies you really want to be mining a bit earlier. This is a strange location for a farmstead. I would have thought he could put it somewhere back around like here, allowing him to expand his number of fields. It looks like he's only going to use it for upgrades because there's not even anything else around, unless he's made a mistake and thinks there are some what are they called? Some berries or something, but there's certainly not, and he's not gone for the berry upgrade, so it certainly looks like he hasn't thought about that. That said, he's fallen 5 population behind at this early stage, and has just caught up. So they're 75 apiece, these 5 skirmishers doing it, and he should produce some more skirmishers here very shortly, and he has another 5, and that keeps him level with Thankful Pie, who is also producing troops 5 at a time. Although Thankful Pie has only got 6 people mining at this point, but he's got the good thing about this storehouse is that once this wood has run out, it's still not too bad for the stone here, so that could be quite handy later on. Let's have a look a bit more around the map and how much. So Thankful Pie has scouted what you can see now in the mini map, and Stockfish has scouted pretty much the entire thing. So it will be interesting, I think, to see whether Thankful Pie, now that he's aware of this metal out here, but also about Stockfish's extra metal, whether he A, tries to claim his own metal, and B, makes the effort to go and stop Stockfish from claiming this extra 15,000 metal. Is going to be very, very important. Stockfish, interestingly, doesn't actually know that there are additional metal over there, so he knows there's 1, but doesn't know there are 3, and they're that much closer to him. So he will want to scout that black area there, because that's at the moment unknown to him, and it's a rich area. It's got loads of wood, some deer if he wants to go hunting as well, and lots of metal, so that's a really valuable area. So they're both still pretty much neck and neck on resources and population, although it looks very much like Thankful Pie is producing more and more spearmen as well as skirmishers, which is why he's got the extra metal here, whereas what we've got here is someone just producing skirmishers. But fortunately enough, that's not a problem. With the extra metal, he can afford to do that. And you can see he's going to start mining a second when I get to this metal deposit, and start mining that shortly, which will make it very, very easy for him. It looks like, Thankful Pie's camel, well, it looked like he was going to die. He actually hasn't died. And it's been kind of a pensive opening. Neither player's been aggressive at all. They're both just trying to get their populations up as quickly as possible. So you can see we've got 9.5 minutes in, and we've got one on. They were both on about 120, which is a pretty decent population at this stage of the game. Thankful Pie has done really, really well. He's still got just these individual women building houses, and has managed to keep himself just inside the pop cap limit while doing that, which is really, really good. good play, and I'd imagine that we're going to see someone moving to phase 2 relatively shortly, and it'll be interesting to see how long they want to spend at phase 2 as well. So, yep. So we've got Thank for Buyers click to go to phase 2, and he will do shortly. Stockfish, not at this stage, so Thank for Pie, in all likelihood, well not in all likelihood, he's definitely now going to be up at phase 2 first, but Stockfish has really motored on and is now starting to pile on the population. And is this going to be a second barracks? It is. So Stockfish is feeling comfortable that he can progress onwards. Not sure about the location of this barracks. I don't think. What does he know about what's there? I think putting it over here might have been better, much quicker to get to these trees. At the moment, it's not really expanding his territory in any great way. It's not, and these trees are going to be gone very shortly. So unless he's using it to access this stone, which he doesn't need to because he's got another barracks here, it's I think quite a strange decision. But perhaps he just wanted to get another barracks. Wasn't that concerned about where it was. Now, Thankful Pie is well known as someone who motors through phase 2 on occasion, so I'll be interested to see if he does now. He's got the blacksmith. If he normally gets the blacksmith, the market. Is this a market? No, it's not. But a blacksmith, a market, and a couple of towers. And I'll be interested to see if that is something that he does and goes for a very, very short phase 2. He's certainly done that a lot in the past, but this, that's interesting. He's not gone that. Normally, I mean, what I've seen him do in the past pretty regularly is to absolutely just get everything going, get the market up first. He's waited a little bit longer for the market. Let's have a look at his resources. Okay, so probably because he was a bit short on the for the market, but he, in this case, he's probably not going to need to because he has a decent amount of stone and metal, but he'll get the blacksmith, then the market, a couple of towers, and then he will trade resources as early as possible in order to get the best prices, and he'll trade for the mineral resources, so the stone and the metal, which I'm sure we'll see shortly. It will say he's done it. There you go. He's got some metal now coming in for the food, and he's got some stone. That means he can upgrade as soon as he gets a couple of towers built or anything else. Here comes tower number 1. Are these guys going to go and make tower number 2? They are. So he's going for a very quick phase 2. Now Stockfish, on the contrary, he's not even phase 2 yet. So, well, Thankful Pie could well be producing siege weapons in advance. No, he hasn't gone to phase 2. Stockfish is producing 4 sentry towers, and I think his phase 2 is going to be all about just upgrading those towers. I don't actually know how long the upgrade takes. 100 seconds, so his phase 2 will be approximately a minute just over a minute and a half. But I think those towers are done, so yep, he's on the way already. That's exactly what I would have expected. Stockfish still not even thinking of going to phase 2, and he has this group of soldiers. Where are they going? What are they doing? At the moment, they're doing absolutely nothing. It's an interesting thing. I think he probably wants to put a military colony out here, but at the moment, he doesn't have anything. And here we go. Thankful Pie. We're sending people forward, and has pulled them straight back. Is he going to get a larger group together? I don't know. Well, he's waiting to get to phase 3, which is not far away. Well, Stockfish is still at phase 1. So when is Stockfish going to phase up? Because these extra soldiers are doing nothing until they can build a resource. I don't know quite what these are for, but that's the beauty of the game, is that there are lots of different ways of playing it. But Thankful Pie's at city phase, as you can tell from his massive territory bonus. Now he is going out for this additional metal, so he's getting a military colony up over there. Stockfish is 2 phases behind, which is just madness. It seems like he's continuing to barter, so he wants metal, which means he's probably looking to produce. But once he gets his fortress up, I imagine that means he'll be going for siege towers, as I believe they cost metal. Let's have a quick look. I can't look. What are these soldiers doing? That's a lot of people that could be collecting resources that are doing nothing. Finally, he's at the military colony, which means he's gone to phase 2, and he's building it here near. Well, yeah, he's got some stone there. Has he not got additional stone closer to him? He's got these little bits. He's got some scraps of stone as well. And is this more scraps of stone? Interesting choice of location for the military colony. You can see it's quite isolated. It doesn't have a huge territory expansion. So what's he got here? Storehouse, and he can start producing a number of new troops. So a number of mercenaries that are only available from that particular building. So if you're playing against the Britons or the Gauls or Iberians, basically anyone that uses rams, then you need this building because it gives you swordsmen, and it's the only swordsman that you have. You won't get any sword cavalry, so it's pretty essential you get one of those and you get yourself those things. But as they're both playing as Ptolemies, there are going to be no rams today. What's this coming up here? A temple. Has he upgraded these yet? So he's got all of them in the process of being upgraded. He's going to also have a couple of blacksmiths, so that will be very, very helpful. He's got the market already. I don't think he's been doing any trading, I hadn't noticed, but he may well have been. But now we've got a little bit of scouting going on, so Stockfish is trying to find out a bit more about Thankful Pie, and Stockfish has now started bartering. He's actually selling his wood and metal, his stone and metal for wood, which is really interesting. That's not something that you would expect to see, but it's one of those strange things, because we've actually found that he's got lots of these other resources. The map is set up for that. Although if he's desperate for wood, maybe put these people and get them to deposit the wood they have. They're carrying 320. Oh no, sorry, they're carrying 154 wood, which would be helpful. So this is the second military colony. It is. So he's determined to expand his territory. We've got some more soldiers coming out here. I thought they could get on with collecting the wood there, but Thankful Pie's already got his fortress up, and if he was quicker, he could really have been making a huge attack with a massive advantage. I expect that he just didn't imagine that Stockfish would be as far behind as he was. Stockfish has been very complacent in this game, actually, so yeah, I mean, it was as I expected that he's gone for the siege towers, so they cost 300 metal. For me, they're not worth it. I don't think they're particularly exciting things. They just transport your troops very, very slowly up the, I was going to say up the field, like it's a football match then, but up the map. But I don't think that's particularly critical. But let's see. I mean, it depends on how you use them. I'd prefer to spend that money on some bolt shooters and and then some other, like some of the stone. Getting some catapults. I think those as a combination are absolutely brilliant. But there is a reason that these guys have got much higher ratings than I do. So let's see what how the game goes. So he's filling his siege towers with pikemen, spearmen, or whatever they are. They are pikemen, and so that will be so they will now be able to fire arrows out of there, which will be pretty good. He's got an elephant coming. Which hero is he going to go for? Oh, he's already gone for Cleopatra, it looks like. So I can't see her, but which is around here somewhere. So she's just here, making these people. Actually, what is her bonus? Only she makes people fire more quickly. Okay, there you go. Everything will fire 20% more quickly, which is pretty good. He's also used this opportunity to really up his number of barracks. Let's have a look how many are going to be. Got 6 barracks to Stockfish's 4, and that, the silence that came from there is as everyone stopped working. So he's very, very keen to make an attack, it seems. Stockfish is continuing to get the resources going from Stockfish's perspective. He's almost at population capacity, so which is 250. He doesn't have a hero yet. Has he built his fortress? He has built a fortress, and that's given him a clear link between these two, which has made his territory that more secure. And yeah, he's found the additional group of metal, so he knows he's going to be fine for metal going forward, which is why he's continuing to spend his metal on stone. And in fact, no, sorry, his metal on food. Very odd. Okay, here we've got an attack now, so it's in 2 directions. We've got the group of Christ on a bike, 128 skirmishers and 3 siege towers, and they're going to be attacking an army half their size. Although, or perhaps not. They're going in a slightly different direction, but this is a phenomenal force. I would have thought that having some elephants with them would be helpful. Oh, and there are the elephants. So that would be helpful. This is going to be interesting now, to see how this goes. He's backing everyone off. So Stockfish has gone for my favourite hero. This guy gives you money off your mercenaries. So now if we look at the price of a skirmisher, that should have... Oh, wait a minute, because I need to be on the Stockfish page. So you can see his skirmishers now really cheap, which is absolutely excellent. And are these red? They are. Okay, so that's interesting. He's trying to unite his forces, pull them together, and we've got some catapults coming as well. This is going to be quite the battle as they pull forward, and the elephants are going to be protected by the siege towers. Still got everyone getting the metal. These guys are just running away. The elephants coming out, and the battle's happened here. So, and Stockfish, his armies just absolutely charge into them, and yeah, they're actually relatively even, but Thankful doesn't have any melee troops at all, so his skirmishers could be comfortably wiped out. That said, here they are, they're coming. Now there's a more attacking thing, the combination of the elephants and the siege towers is quite an interesting one. Will this group of, it's not that many people, be able to take out the elephant before the elephant? I mean, the hero, he is, even though he's a hero, he is still incredibly vulnerable to skirmishers, just like normal elephants. I think he could have done with trying to take out the elephants more than like the siege towers that he has been. And now, if this elephant doesn't go, it looks like it might go just before it has its. Oh my word! Just before it falls. It's only got 300 out of 3,000 left, but I think there's still a good chance that it could fall, and we're seeing Stockfish is bringing all of his army back. I mean, although he's got a group of soldiers here that are just going to be picked off by being shot by the fortress, so that's not particularly useful. We got this small group of soldiers coming here. Okay, so he's got some skirmishers with a siege catapult. And are they going to attempt to do something on this side? Let's wait and see. The main battle is definitely happening here, and it will be fascinating to see if they could. if those guys actually just attack the civic centre, there are so many of them, they will actually bring it down. So, I mean, Thankful Pie is behind now in population. He's really committed to this. It looks very much like the siege towers are continuing to fire on the civic centre, and the civic centre's been emptied of these women. They've all escaped, which means it's very close to being to collapse. But it looks like it's going to be able to fight this off successfully. I think it would be helpful from Stockfish's perspective. He needs to get some melee troops or something back. I mean, I think they are now attacking the civic centre, and they're going to probably knock it down before Stockfish can do anything about it. But he is himself. He's got some elephants here, and Thankful Pie is 35 population behind, and these elephants, once they get going, should be able to take out this civic centre as well. It's just going to be a case with only 55 left here. Are they going to be able to keep that CC up? He's producing skirmishers as quickly as possible, but he only has, he's got 4 barracks, but one of them's a long way away, all the way over here. So is it going to be possible? What's it on? 32 health. My God, it's got to be very, very tight whether that's going to survive. And back here, well, this civic centre certainly not going to. There's no way they'll be able to take out all those elephants before it falls. So one civic centre is down, and the elephants now are just hopping off. And all of the other, this guy that's on 9, he just needs to send some people to carry on. To just repair it. It's gone. It's too late. Stockfish could actually have repaired that without too much difficulty as well. Okay, but now it seems to have taken a long time. They're finally trying to take out the siege tower, which they could have done a long time before. He's got some more soldiers coming up here. All the elephants have died. I feel they could have done more. They could have possibly got out here. And Thankful Pie, he loves these siege towers. He's building some more. These guys are doing nothing. He's trying to rebuild the civic centre. He's finally done that. If he'd just repaired the previous one, I don't think he actually needed to do it. But he is really, like, Stockfish is now, he's in all kinds of trouble in terms of he's got basically no resources. He's got no. He's got his pop caps. He can't produce anyone else. From Thankful Pie's perspective, he's managed to keep his population because everyone, the fortress has got such high loyalty along with this military colony, which means that the houses have stayed being his. So Thankful Pie's actually got the advantage and is in the lead at this point. But and Stockfish, Thankful Pie's in a much better place resources wise, and he also has a civic centre. So at the moment he wants to stop this elephant from attacking what will become his own tower. Once the loyalty's back up, these towers are going to become his, so the elephant knocking them down is not actually helpful. And this is also shooting into things. So, okay, now he's back. His population for the Stockfish is fine, and he's got an additional 45 or so troops in relation to Thankful Pie. But it really is anyone's game. This has been very, very tight. It's neither player is dominating the other at all. Interestingly, Thankful Pie is not concerned about rebuilding his civic centre, which means he's not going to be able to replace Cleopatra. So he's lost his hero and cannot replace that hero because they come from the civic centre for the Ptolemies. Where are the temples? If you're just going to leave your troops hanging around while they're injured, get them in a temple at least. These extra, he's desperately trying to get as much. I think he's got all of the upgrades for wood gathering and stone gathering. Neither one's built a library, which would have reduced the cost of those upgrades. And if we look in terms of the armory, we've got the range infantry up to their max and infantry armour up to its max for Stockfish, while Thankful Pie still has one armour to go. But where's he getting his food from? I mean, does he just have lots? He doesn't have lots, and I don't know where he's going to get food from. He has got 19 women there, but he could do with them starting to farm. He's got plenty of wood, but he's struggling for food at this point. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like either player could have potentially killed off the other one back then, but neither one did. What have we got? Yeah, he's starting to produce more of the swordsmen. Those swordsmen will be good against the siege towers as well, and bearing in mind, well, here he is, he's got another 4 siege towers. He can get catapults. He's got the resources for catapults and is not making catapults. Okay, we finally got these 19 women are going on to 4 fields, which is the right amount of fields for them. He needs 1 more woman to get those fields at their maximum capacity. And then, well, a lot of bartering still. We will Thankful Pie still about 50 population behind. Can Stockfish make the most of this? Stockfish, this is a very, very interesting and would be a incredibly powerful move. He's building this civic centre here, which would certainly give them a very, very good chance of taking over a lot of these houses. The power of the loyalty there to this civic centre would be, at that distance, presumably significantly higher than from this military colony all the way over here. So let's see if this goes up. Doesn't look like Thankful Pie is going to be able to stop it, but you never know. And we've got some more elephants coming now. Let's see if these houses look like they're going. Yeah, they are. Look at them. You can see on the bar they're all. These ones not so much, but these, I think we're going to see a large number of houses come to be Stockfishes. And if he builds, he's building a military colony here, which is a lot further cramped down. Like, while that's been going on, there's a battle going on over here. He doesn't really have the soldiers to fight that defensive battle, but if he gets this military colony up and Thankful Pie's having to pull back, if he can take out this tower, if he can take out the market as well, actually, the market's going to be a critical building, because that's what Thankful Pie is using to get his resources resolved. At the moment, he's not got the best. These houses have got strong loyalty still. They've got a nice direct line to the fortress, which is helping with that. But now we've got some people. Now his soldiers are farming, which is the worst use of soldiers that you can have. This is going to be frustrating for Stockfish, because his elephants are unable to get past his own soldiers to knock out these things, which is always frustrating. But he's starting to put the squeeze on in this side of the map. Let's see. The numbers are certainly on his side at this point. Can they take out the slingers and also get the? We've only got 1 more elephant. Does he have the resources to actually? He does have the metal, not quite the food though. What's happened back here? These guys, he's still on 5 fields with only 20 women. He needs another 5 women there, really. And now we've got a temple, which is really, really useful and is very, very important at this stage, because his soldiers are so injured. These should be able to. Oh, he's actually got them backed up. I said that there's a good opportunity for the catapults there to take out these guys. They're very, very good against range infantry. Because with their pierce armour, they're pretty untouchable, but at the same time, they can just kill lots and lots of enemy soldiers. But I think this,
Yeah, see?
yes, Stockfish's army is taking quite the beating. He needs to get it into the slingers, but they're running away using the siege towers as as cover. And the population's now, Thankful Pie's actually gone into the lead. But he's sending some more troops forward. But he's unable to really reinforce Stockfish, that is, on the front line. He hasn't got a barracks here, and I think he's probably going to lose his temple as well. These siege engines are on the rampage. He's sending his troops forward. He thinks, or it appears that he thinks this is the chance to win it all, and is sacrificing his economy to get those soldiers to the front. These soldiers they're running back. I thought that could have done with putting some people inside the civic centre. That will be a good. But the elephant will take down the civic centre in no time, and that's going to then mean that it's a lot more. If he hasn't built anything from this, I think, and he's lost the one over here as well. So he did have a military colony, that's gone. He's going to lose this civic centre. Will he lose the military colony as well? He's got these 3 elephants are going kind of the long way round, and they're going to presumably attempt to knock down his Thankful Pie's economy here. And he's got another 3 elephants there. Are they the same ones? No, they're not, but he's going in multiple directions. Now, if the elephants can take out these siege towers, and I have to completely revise my opinion on them, I think Thankful Pie's used them really, really well. Whether they're worth the money, I'm not sure. I think that's also been down to Stockfish not doing a particularly good job of handling them, but they've certainly been useful. Okay, what have we got over here? A load of spear cavalry. So they're going to come and they can take out a woman farming very, very quickly. So unless he's also got a group of women here that are undefended. These, if he sees them, that's the end of those guys. Are they? They're just wandering past. We'll catch up with that a little bit later, because this is now. Is he going to be able to get? Okay, the elephant's kind of wasting his time here, and this is what I expected to see. He's managed to get all of his women into the civic centre though, so these guys are probably just going to die. They'll. These 5 women that he's just spawned that were going to go out and chop some wood, they're now in trouble, and these 2 soldiers here are also going to be in trouble, but he should start to see his cavalry falling, because they're all within this ring. Okay, we've got another battle. There's an elephant that's gone, and these guys are really, really struggling for health. He needs to get them to a temple. He does have one over here. He's got a fortress and another fortress here, but isn't able to really produce anything. His population is now only 100 odd, while Thankful Pies is over 150, so the tables have totally turned. And Thankful Pie is pushing on now. It's a real topsy-turvy game, and he's finally produced a catapult, which I think is a really, really useful thing to do, because at the moment his soldiers aren't really able to actually take out any of the key bigger buildings, so these guys will sit in there, which will give them additional arrows to be fired. These guys are just going to die, and he needs to get some into the fortress, some into the temple, some into the military colony, and just see what he can do. But it's the elephant. Yeah, the elephant's now just destroying fields. I wish that when you left elephants, things like that, doing stuff, they would prioritise things that matter. I know that they were closest to the field, and that was therefore its nearest target, but to just knock down fields when there's a military colony just next to it, the field is worth nothing. Stop killing them. And he's just gone further away, knocking down fields, so now he'll probably try and, I don't know, is he going to finally go to the military colony? Maybe. But At the moment, Thankful Pie is getting well clear, and yeah, he's well clear in population. He's now 63 in advance, and this is really is that one's going to survive? Wow, 305 population, 305 health. What is going on? How come they're worth so much? All right, these it won't let me right click them to see what they are, but I don't know if those settler cavalry do just have ridiculously high levels of health. Okay, elephant's finally coming to somewhere useful and could easily take down this, and Stockfish has given up. So yeah, it was looking bad for him, and that was it. So just 2 more wins required for Thankful Pie. It is Stockfish 0, Thankful Pie 1. I'll see you next week for round 2.